Yes, good evening, everyone. So far we have completed the features of Python, and we were into the representation of data. Okay, how we represent the data in Python, right? So we have seen what is literal, what is values. Okay, literal or values are same. Similarly, we also have seen variables and identifiers. Why we call it as variables? Because the value may vary. Okay, based on at the time of execution. Identifier, why we call it as identifier? Because it identifies the particular values, what type of values it is, or what type of value the variable is storing. Okay, that's why we call it as identifier. Okay, it identifies, right? So identifier we have seen. Then we were into rules of declaration of variables. So we have seen some examples of we can use something like this. Okay, but it should not start with the, what it is saying, it should not start with the digits. Okay, it should always start with either underscore or alphabets. It is saying must start with either alphabets or underscore. That is one thing. And a few examples, let me give you, then we'll move to next one. Now let's suppose I'm taking, yeah, if I'm taking something like, let's suppose at the rate 1 2 3 4, and then the variable is equals to 100. Is it possible? No, because it is going to give error, right? So what if I use something like, now this is your first variable. Okay, and 1 2 3. Okay, let's take, I'll do one thing. Tell me a is equals to 100. Possible it is, right? Similarly, if I say b is equals to 12, it is also possible, right? Now let's suppose I'm taking something like a b. Okay, a b, and uh, hash 1 2 3 is equals to 100. Now tell me, is it possible? Possible? Why? Hash is not possible, right? We cannot use hash, right? Yes or no? We cannot use hash. Yes, everyone, online guys. Is it possible? Is it possible, everyone? Is it possible to use it? Not possible, right? Possible? Not possible. Why? So what type of error we are going to get? Syntax error, right? Wrong. We are going to get name error. What we are getting? Name error. Why? As A and B is not there, right? One more thing. Same thing I'll take. Now tell me what we are going to get. Again name error. Yes, we are going to get the value. Okay, we are going to get the value. Let me explain you. Wait, let me ask to, yes, online guys, everyone, try to understand now this. Okay, now in Python, when we write this particular hash symbol, okay, when we write this particular hash symbol, this hash symbol is nothing but used for commenting, comment down anything, right? If I use hash of anything you write, after anything you write, it is not going to give any error, because this hash is used for making a comment. Okay, and it is a non executable, we can say, code. It is not actually a code, it is just an comment. It is not non executable comment. It is, we cannot see it, right? Yeah, we cannot see it in our on our Python console. Are you getting it? So hash is one of the, why do we use hash? Comment down, right? To comment down anything, we have to use hash here, right? Hash is used for commenting down. So after this hash, if I write anything after this hash, will it read? Will it read? No, because as Python takes hash as a comment, after comment, right hand side, after the right hand side of the comment, whatever we write, include as a it is going to include as a comment. Are you getting it? And these things are not non-executable. These are what? Non-executable. That means it is not going to display on your console. That's why if you check now, Python is, or PVM is considering this a as what? Already we have defined a is equals to 100 here, right? So it is taking a as what? Predefined variable. Predefined variable. If you check predefined variable, it is right. Already we have defined it. Yes or no? So after this a, we are using this hash. Hash is nothing but used for what? Commenting down, right? Now we have we have written a hash of whatever we write. After this, whatever you take, okay, it is going to take it as what? Comment here. But a is what? A is a variable. If you check, a is what here? It is a variable, individual variable. It is has some value 100, so it is going to give what? 100 here. That's why if you write after hash, if you write anything, it is taking as what? Comment. Are you getting it, everyone? Okay, fine. So this is about one more thing, right? So this also we cannot take. Okay, this is also, it is not going to take. And if you want, I'll give you more examples here. And if you go for this also, you'll get something like this. I'll do one thing. Instead of this, here itself, I'll give you this. So if you write something like this, it is going to give name error, right? It is going to give as name error. As well as if you try something like this, it is going to give you output. Okay, it is going to give you output like this. Getting my point? And this, I would say, instead of this, I will say this is not, or I would say non executable code, because because this is a comment. Are you getting it? So after hash, whatever you write, that is known as what? It is a non-executable code, and that is known as comment. Are you getting it? Also, there is one more rules, we can say. Keywords. We say keywords. Okay. Keywords cannot be used as a variable name, as a variable names, as they have special meanings to Python compiler, right? So what are these? First write it, then I'll tell you. Got it? So next I'll go for it. So what is keywords? Let me go for what are the keywords we have. Okay. So if you go to Chrome, and if you check Python keywords, okay, so it is going to give you some list of keywords. Let me show you some pictorial representation of this. Like you check something for this, okay, and you can go for this as well, okay. If you write something like this in command prompt, okay, let's say, let's try to write, okay, keywords or keyword it is, okay. Let me check. The keywords it is what I have written, keywords, but let's say list, list, okay. So list, okay, leave it for now, I'll tell you, okay. This, if you check here particularly, right, check it. So these are the list of what, list of Python keywords we have: false, none, true, and, as, assert, break, class, continue, and so on. Lots of things we have. Okay. Def is a keyword, del is a keyword, elif is a keyword, else, except, finally, then global, if. These all are keyword. Yeah. All are what? Keywords. And these keywords cannot be used as what? Okay. As our Python variable name. So let's check it what it is. Okay, let's take if you check here, here if is one of the, if you check here, if is one of the keyword here, right? Let's try to use this. If is equals to 20, what we are getting? Syntax error. Similarly, while is also there, while is equals to 20, check it. Every time whenever we write, def is also a keyword, def is equals to 200, check it what we are getting. Okay, similarly you go for something like for, okay, for is equals to 20, we are getting error. Else is a keyword, check. So every time we will get the error when we use as a variable name, okay. When we use keyword as variable name, every time we will get error here, right? Examples. So these are the examples you can consider. I hope you understood this. Okay, and there is a recommendation. Let me talk about this recommendation. Okay, up to this, these are what? Rules. Okay, these are rules of declaration of variable. Okay, now let me tell you one more thing. Whenever you are defining any variable name, it should be having a small name. Why? Because as a programmer, we do not want to waste our time unnecessarily, right? We do not want to waste our time. Now let's suppose I want to go for employee salary. So to write employee salary, I can go for like this: employee, or I can say salary of employee is equals to I would say 20,000. Okay, 20,200, like whatever it is. I can go like this. Now, if I want to use this particular thing, again and again, I have to write the salary of employee. Yes or no? Again and again, I have to use this much longer variable name. Yes or no? To use this, to not to use this particular longer variable name, what we have to do? We have to reduce it. We have to make it as shorter as we can. So for that, what I'll do? I'll make my own employee salary is equals to 20,000. Now I can use emp underscore salary. I can use n number of time as well. Which one is good? This one or this one? Second one, obviously. So it, I'm recommending you, do not use any longer variable name. Okay, it is one of the recommendation that do not use any longer variable name, because variable name meant for using multiple times. Once you declare the variable, you have to use it multiple times as well. So when it comes to using multiple times, you do not want to, or you cannot waste time in writing this particular long variable name, right? So for that, I'm suggesting you do not use any long variable name. Okay, try to use small variable name, right? Did you understand this? Okay, now I'll start with the new topic. Yeah, yeah, it is a case sensitive. When it comes to variable, Python is a case sensitive. As well, when it comes to keywords or different functions, this is case sensitive. Okay, because when I say true, okay, when I say true, true is, in this particular case, true is nothing. Okay, true is nothing, it has no meaning, so it is going to give name error. But if I say true, it has a meaning, okay, which is true itself. That belongs to what data type? Boolean data type. Are you getting it? So it is a case sensitive. One more thing, if I say name is equals to something like Raj, okay, this name should follow this particular case, I can say, right? Starting with N as what? Capital letter, and then rest of the thing are small letter. If you write something like this, it is going to give you error, because Python is one of the case sensitive language. That means whatever you are declaring, it should be in proper way what you are trying to get, or it should be as it is. Okay, the variable name should be as it is, what you are using as the initialization of the value. Are you getting it? So Python is one of the case sensitive. Okay, right. So let's go with the new topic. So here we have, I hope you understood so far. We have seen features, we have seen history of Python, we have seen real-time applications what we can create with Python. Also now we are into what, we were into variables and literals, right? Already we have completed. Now next thing is data types. Data types in Python. What are the data types we have in Python? First of all, what is data type? First of all, what is data type? Think and tell me. Why do we actually need data type? Those who belongs to CS background, I'm asking to them. If non-CS background people also know, you can answer me. Yes, online guys, everyone, I'm asking to you guys also. The people, those who are in online. Yeah.
So it's basically like data type is nothing but what type of input you're giving. Like if it's numbers, it's integer, so it is a data type. And
Okay.
if it's uh, a string or character,
Okay. So basically, yes, that is also good. Fine. And basically, we use data type to allocate the memory space. Okay, to allocate the memory for that particular data or specific data. To now the which kind of data is needed to give. Okay. Okay. Fine. Okay. Fine, it is. So basically data type, when I say data type, it is a type of the data. Okay, it is a type of the data. But for every data type, whenever we use a particular value, behind that particular value there is a data type. Data type basically used to allocate the memory space for that particular value. Now if I say integer value is kind of a value which is storing what type of data? Integer data. So based on the data type, it is storing the value. Are you getting it? So if I say a is equals to 10, 10 is an integer data storing inside a object. Are you getting it? So basically the data type, or I would say the purpose of the data type in Python is to allocate the memory space in the main memory, okay, of, I would say, of the computer, or I would say system, computer, whatever it is, computer. Are you getting it? The purpose of data type in Python is what? To allocate the memory space, okay, memory space in the main memory of the computer. I hope you understood this. Right, in Python we have we have 14 types of data type, okay, and has been classified into six categories, okay, has been classified into six categories. Now I'll be explaining what are those six categories first, then I'll show you what are the data types we have, okay. Now first category number 1, that is known as fundamental data type. Category Fundamental category data type, okay, fundamental category data types, you can say. Second, we call it as sequential category data types. Third, we call it as list category data types. The fourth, we call it as set category data types. Fifth, we call it as dict category, or you can also call it as dictionary category data types. And the last one, the sixth one, we call it as none category. Okay, what happened again? Acha. Okay, yeah. So fundamental. These are just the categories, okay? Now I'll be telling you the data types. Right. So in fundamental data types, we have integer, we have float, we have boolean, and we have complex. Okay. In fundamental, how many we have? Four we have: integer, float, boolean, and complex. Similarly, in sequential also, we have str, that is the first one, str data. Second, we have called bytes, data. Third, we have called byte array, and the fourth one we have called range. Did you understand? So 4 and 4, how many it is? 8. Next, in list categories, okay, we have one as list itself, and the second it has called tuple. Okay, for list category, how many we have? List and tuple. Similarly, for set also we have two, called first is set itself, and second known as frozen set, okay, known as frozen set. In dictionary, we have only one data type called dict data type, and also in our none category data type, we only have one called none data type, okay, none data type, or I would say none type is also there, none type, okay, none type we can call it as. So now with me, spell it one more time. In fundamental, how many we have? Four we have. What are they? Integer, float, boolean, complex. In sequential, we have str data, bytes, byte array, range. Okay, in list data we have tuple. In set category data type we have set, frozen set. In dictionary category data type we have itself dictionary, and also for none also we have none type data. Are you getting it? Okay, so this many data type we are going to see. It is going to take at least of 10 to 15 days to complete only data types. Okay, Mahesh, there is no char. We have a string, right? It is a combination of character also. Character means individual character, right? So character comes under string only. Okay, Mahesh. Yeah. So there is no specific character. Okay. It's in Java. Java we have. Okay. So can you repeat what is data types? Himanshu, data types are nothing but to store the memory or to allocate the memory in the main memory, right? To allocate the memory space in the main memory. That means with the help of data type. Let me give you an example, okay? You will understand this. Let's suppose I am writing something here. A is equals to 20. We know that this 20 is what? Integer type of data. But Python also knows that it is an integer type of data. To allocate the memory, Python should know what type of data we have given. This is what the data type is. With the help of this data type, I'll tell you, Satish, wait, everything I'll tell you. 20 is an integer data type. 20 is an integer data type and is used for storing integer value, that is 20, inside of what? Main memory. So based on this particular value, which is of type integer, it is going to take the memory space inside of main memory. Are you getting it? So this is the purpose of having having data types. That means it specifies the data. It specifies the data as well as it is used to store the data in the main memory. Are you getting it? Okay. Yes. What was that? Himanshu. Himanshu. Did you get it? Yes, Himanshu. Okay. So shall we start with fundamental data types? Okay. I'll say fundamental data types has four categories. Okay. Let's keep it as here. Has how many categories? Okay. Let's remove this. I'll use one more time. Swati. Memory is unlimited. Yes. Memory is unlimited. Just like Geopack, right? True 5G. Okay, fine. So what is fundamental data type? See, first of all, fundamental means, can I say basic it is? Okay. Basic data types in any programming language, if you check, we have integer, float, at least Boolean, not complex. So Boolean we have. Okay. Integer, float, Boolean. These are the fundamental data types we have. You can include string also, but in this particular Python case, string is one of the vast field, actually vast data type, where we have some kind of predefined functions. That's why I have taken it as sequential, as well as second reason to call it as. So main memory can be segregated into different data sets. So when we give an integer value, Python identifies it as integer, stores integer main memory. Actually, it is not like that, Himanshu. So when you use any, where is the pen, when you use any kind of data type, okay, how memory is getting created, that means it just create the space, okay, it just create the space. So if I say a is equals to 20, it is not like it is having 20, that means integer will be having its own memory space. No, as a is what, one of the object, and objects are independent to operating system. It does not depends on operating system, right? So we cannot say so whatever the data we are taking here, okay, whatever the data we are taking here, okay, whatever the data we are taking here, it is going to store in its own space, right? For example, it is not going to take it as integer, right? It is going to take it as a memory space, is going to take it as a variable. This a variable will keep this 20 value. This a variable will keep this 20 value. This, who is taking care of this 20 value? This pvm is going to decide that which data type it is. That's why Python is one of the dynamically typed language, right? Because of pvm knows that what type of, implicitly pvm knows what type of data we are using, as well as at the time of executing this particular program, pvm decide it is an integer type of data. That means it is not a programmer responsibility to give what type of data it is. It is a inbuilt, we can say, responsibility has been given to what? PVM, Python virtual machine. Okay, and it is not like it is going to create integer separate memory address for integer, or separate for float, or any other thing, right? Yes, if we give, similarly if we give anything like a is equals to 2.2, okay, so this memory will get neglected or deleted, or we can say garbage collector will come into the picture, and a will become what? A will become what? 2.2 here. Okay, a will become 2.2. Now pvm role is what? To describe or to define what type of data it is. So it is a float data. Are you getting it? Is it like that? Okay, Himanshu, did you understand this? So the purpose of fundamental data, or fundamental category data type, is to allocate the memory space for storing single values. Okay, single values. Here we only can be able to take what? Single values. Yes, we were talking about str also, right? So str, we are saying str, why we take it into sequential data type. Okay, why we have kept it into sequential data type? Sequence means what? Collection of something which will be having some sequence, right? I can say list also having sequence, but it has a different category. It has list category. But when I say sequence, that means we'll be having some sequence of data. Okay, sequence of the data. str, or we can say string data, is also a sequence of characters. Str is what? Sequence of character. That's why we call it as sequential category data type. Are you getting it? So character means individual character, and when we combine it, it will become string value. So it is a collection of characters. String is a collection of characters. That's why we call it as sequential data. Okay, sequential category data type. Right. And in fundamental data types, or in fundamental in fundamental category, in fundamental category data type, we have four types of data types. Okay, what are they? First, integer data. Okay, second, float. Third, boolean. And the fourth one, that is complex. Did you understand? Okay, let's start with the integer data type. Now let's start with the purpose of having integer data type here. Okay, now what is the purpose of integer data type? Integer, the purpose of integer data type is that, or I would say, instead of this, I'll write the integer. First, the integer is an predefined class. Okay, and is fundamental category data type. Okay, and is what? A fundamental category is a fundamental category data type. Okay, or we can also call it as, it comes under fundamental category data type, right? The purpose of integer is to store single values of integer or integral or whole numbers in a single object in main memory. In main memory, are you getting it? The purpose of int is integer data type is to store single values or integral of it is okay, of single value of integer or integral or whole number in a single object in main memory. Are you getting it? So this is the purpose of integer data type. Okay, let's say examples. Before this, I'll go for syntax, how to define this. If you say, let's say define syntax for this. Syntax would be the variable name you have to take. Okay, variable name you have to take, and then integral value you have to give. So that is what the syntax for defining integer values. Okay, the variable name you have to take, and what you have to take, integral values. Okay, let's go for some examples. If you say, let's say a is equals to 1 2 3, it is what? If I print of a and the type of this, what we are getting? We are getting integer value. And one more thing, side by side, I'll tell you what are the data types which belongs to immutable data types or mutable data types. What is immutable or mutable? I'll tell you right now. So if you check, let me give you some example more. Okay, anything, let's suppose a is equals to, or b is equals to, let's say 100. So as I already explained you about this, there is no particular limitation of having any data, right? So I can take something like a, or let's say c is equals to, I will say, sorry, it is not, it should be b, right? So we are getting, now let's suppose there is value b, I'll take it as c. and I'll write any number of zeros here. Okay, can you count it? In other languages, it is going to give error, right? Because we cannot store this much longer or bigger data, right? But in this case, if you print this, as objects are independent to its operating system, we can save any number of data, any size of the data with the same data type. Are you getting it? In other languages like C++, we have to specify that whether we are using integer data or we are using long integer data. Yes, here we do not need to specify anything. We have taken this many longer data, right? This many bigger size of data. But is it saying any error, or is it asking for define any other specific data type? No. Still it is coming as what? Integer data. Are you getting it? So all these are the example you can consider. Okay. Any number of or any size of data you can take in Python. There is no issue with this. But yes, it should not be, when you are saying integer, it should be integer, not a float. So otherwise it is going to keep it as float. Yes or no? Okay. So this is all about integer data type. Yes. As let me tell you that there are two terms called mutable and immutable. Side by side, I'll tell you what is this mutable and immutable with each and every data type. What are mutable data type? What are immutable data type? Right? Okay. So I'll go for it. Let's suppose you are writing a is equals to 100. Sir, why a value not printed in output? Where, which one you are asking, Pranish? Which value? A is equals to 1, 2, 3. It is printed now. If you check here, 1, 2, 3, it is here. Already printed. 1, 2, 3 is printed, then it is printing class. Yes, Pranish. Understood? Yeah. Now let's suppose you are taking a is equals to 100. Okay. A is equals to 100. You check for A. Okay. And the type of A. Also you check for ID of A. ID of A. That means once I use this particular thing, okay. Once I use this particular thing, let me take this. Okay. Now this is this what type of data it is? Integer type of data, right? How it is going to take the memory here? How it is going to take the memory? It is going to create for this A, it is going to create a memory space, right? It is going to create a memory space. That is what object it is? A object. And it is going to store what? 100 here. Okay. Also it is taking the memory space like this, right? Or I would say the id. Okay, this is what, this is known as what? Id. Yes or no? This is known as id. Also we can call it as memory address. So this memory address only belongs to this particular A object which is having 100 value. Yes. Now you check. Now suddenly I want to use A is equals to 200. A is equals to what? 200. Now if you check the same thing, do we have same id or different id? Same id? Different IDs, right? Check it. We have 773960, 777 Same or different? That means within the same address, we cannot specify the different values in single object. Are you getting it? Confusion? Got it? It is simple. You consider something like this. So you consider it like this. There is a house. Okay, there is a house, and they have given in rent, they have given that particular house. So now the person is different. The person name is ABC, right? The person name is ABC. So now the person is saying that I am living in this particular XYZ house name. Yes, this house name will be same for every person. Maybe this ABC will next time or after 1 year, this ABC will go out, and some again, let's suppose 1 2 3 people will come. 1 2 3 person, right? 1 2, just an example I am saying. Okay, so this 1 2 3 now will be having the same memory, or we can say same house is will be having, but the content of this house will be, or we can say the person of this house will be different. As what we had as ABC, now what we have 1 2 3. Similarly here also, I am taking A is equals to 100. Okay, A is equals to 100 here. Next time I can take A is equals to 200 here. But in this case, the house name is not going to change, right? House name is not going to change. Now, simple, you consider it like this. Now, this ABC is saying that I am taking this particular memory space, or we can say I'm staying in this particular XYZ room or whatever it is. Okay, house. Now suddenly ABC is thinking like I should change the room. Now what? Let's take there H1 is there, house 1. Okay, now he is shifting to H1. I can say that the memory also getting changed here. Memory address also getting changed. Even though if you check here, now A is equals to 100, right? A is equals to 100. So if I say A is equals to 200, okay, A is equals to 200, what we are getting? The address is changed, right? What we have in for A is equals to 100. Yes or no? A is equals to 100, the address is this. When I have A is equals to 200, address is getting changed. Are you getting it? That means how it is taking the memory, that if you take one more thing, if you take something like B is equals to 100, now check for this, that if I write this, compare this and this, are we having same memory address or different memory address? Same memory address. How it is going to create the memory address for this? Let me give you one more example. I have A is equals to 20. I have A is equals to 30. Okay, this will be having, let's suppose, x1 2 3 as my I would say memory address. This A is equals to 30 will be having something like, you take 2 4 6. Okay, and B is equals to something like, again it is having 20. Are you getting it? Also, this particular 20 will be also having the same memory address what the A object is having now. Why? How it is going to take? For now, you forget about this A. Okay, you forget about this A. How it is going to create the memory space for this? A, this, and B, this are going to have the same memory space, which is storing what? 20. Confusion? Value, based on the value, right? But that depends on different values. Okay, I'll tell you when it comes to mutable and immutable object. I'll tell you, if in this particular case both A and B are having same memory address. Okay, let's suppose A and B are siblings. Okay, and they are going out of their house or home to study, or out of the state for a study purpose, they are going out of the state. So where do they live? In one flat or in one hostel. So for both A and B, I would say both are sibling. You consider 20 as as a sign of sibling. Okay, as a sign of sibling. 20 is a sign of sibling. That means both A and B are sibling, so that they are having the same memory address here. Are you getting it? Kind of complicated, right? Okay, let me give you a simple again simple example. I'll give you here. This A will be having 123 as their memory address, right? If why to waste memory if both A and B are considering same values? Are you getting it? Now the purpose of this, okay, if you have same values in two different objects, why to waste memory space? Are you getting? Now if I say A is equals to 30, this time it is going to create a different memory address. Are you getting it?
So if the same value is repeated multiple times, instead of allocating different memory locations,
Yes,
it's using the same one.
yes,
So this
yes,
is the same value.
same value. Okay, are you getting it? Okay, let me show you one simple example with this. You will understand this. How actually it is allocating the memory. It is not going to show for this. Let's suppose A is equals to 10 I am taking, B is equals to 10 I am taking. Okay, two values I am taking. Okay, ID of A comma B. Okay, check for both ID. It is saying, if you go to, okay, you need to print it, right? Print of A comma B, sorry, and also ID of A and ID of B. Now you check it where it is. Print of ID of A, ID of B. Why it is not printing? Okay, let's go forward. Yes, now it is printing. If you check, both are having same memory address, right? If you check, A and B, the global frame are having same, both same values, right? Let's do the same thing for two list. We have one data type called list. Here I'll be taking five values. That is LST, let's say LST1 it is. Okay, LST1. Similarly, I'll take LST2 is equals to same values what we have here. Okay, same values I am taking for this also. Now if you go forward, check, list 1 and list 2 are having same values, right? Same values it has. Also now you check it for this. Let's say lst1 is equals to lst2. Lst1 is equals to lst2. Go forward. Now, can I say LST1 and LST2 are having same memory address now? Because LST1 is also saving what? LST2. That means all the content of LST1, LST2 are getting installed, or we can say getting initialized inside what? LST1 as well. So both are having same memory address. Are you getting it? Okay, similarly in integer format also, when you have different object with same values, then it is going to take what? Same memory address. Okay, same value. Only the thing is it should have same values. Getting my point? Okay, shall we stop it here? So tomorrow I'll complete this particular integer data type, and also we have something which is actually, I should have shown you that also. Just give me a moment. Someone has issues. So A is equals to 100 is erased. Yes, Swati, that 100 is going to collected, or the garbage collector is going to collect A is equals to 100. That means garbage collector is going to collect this particular unused memory. I have already told you about this, right? Garbage collector. Yeah, it is going to replace with 200. Actually if you see here, a is equals to 20 here, initial value a is equals to 20 it is, which is going to create something like this. Immediately if I create a is equals to 30, this memory will get deallocated. Okay, this memory will get deallocated. That means there is no existence of this particular memory space. Now for this a is equals to 30, there is one more memory space it is going to create. Getting my point? Okay, shall we stop it here? But even though we have same values that was stored in different variable, then also they are stored in same. But even though we have same value that was stored in different variables, then also they are stored in same. Himanshu, I don't understand this. What it is? You can use your mic, Himanshu, or it is Himamsu. I noticed now only. It is Himamsu. Sorry, bro. Yeah, go ahead. Himamsu, we are waiting for you. Nothing, sir. So there. No, no, ask me. I'll tell you now. Do you want to ask? Okay. In list you are asking. That is a different concept. I'll tell you. Okay. List has a different concept because see, simple in simple way I'll tell you. If you have, there is a person one. Okay, the person one is having some list of balls. Okay, list of balls, let's suppose a red ball, green ball, yellow ball, blue ball. Likewise, the that person one is having these many balls. Same balls also having person two also, right? Same balls. But it could also be possible that one person is containing the hard ball, right? One person is containing kind of a soft ball. The behavior may vary, right? Based on the content, behavior may vary. So that's why we cannot say that in one list, if it is having the same values, also the address would get also same. No, it is not like that. Okay, based on the values, the memory address also may varies. Okay, even though if we have same values in two lists, the behavior could be different of both the list. I'll tell you, when it comes to operator, there is a operator called identity operator. There I'll tell you, I'll explain you more in deep about this. Okay, shall we stop it? Yeah, Himanshu, is it fine? Okay, fine. Thank you so much, guys. So see you, and please do enroll yourself as soon as possible. Already I have told you so many times. Okay, because this is the last week. I guess they are going to give you. Next week they are going to change the link. Okay, so as soon as possible you try to enroll yourself. And yeah, thank you so much, guys. See you tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye bye.